Hey everybody, I'm Jammer, and welcome back to another discussion. Again today I'm joined by Nick, who I dragged out of my basement.
Hey everybody.
So, okay, this is actually isn't Nintendo news, but it kind of is because I'm extrapolating it too. But anyways, so it was just announced yesterday, Microsoft had been working on this for a long time, trying to get Xbox One and Windows 10 to be cross-platform multiplayer. The game that they're going to be promoting that with was Fable Legends, which was recently actually canceled. But anyways, they finally announced that this technology does work, and the first game that's going to be using it is going to be Rocket League. And then also, in a statement at the end, they do invite that different online multiplayer networks, including other console and PC networks. So I would assume like Steam accounts, maybe Mac Gaming, and then everyone also assumes they say console, they think PlayStation. Yep. Now I'm pie in the sky guy, and I'm thinking NX baby. So anyways, before we get into all that fun stuff, let's just talk about the news itself and just the idea of this cross-platform multiplayer. Go.
Alright, so basically the cross-platform multiplayer, it is going to work, and as I said, it's going to work with the PC play online. Now, the only problem with that, though, is you do have people who do have their hacks and whatnot, or whatever you want to call them.
Mods and stuff.
They're mods, yeah, exactly. And I can definitely see that being an issue with compatibility, but Microsoft seems like they have something in the works getting that under control. Hopefully, I don't know. As for the news about the PlayStation, though, that's where the big excitement comes in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as we all know, Sony has not announced an agreement of any kind.
No,
Microsoft
but everyone
hasn't.
just is like assuming, like if they said other console, they think place. Because nobody in the Microsoft News Network even thinks about Nintendo at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
so
it might as well be killed off in this whole deal.
No.
Yeah.
Well, honestly though, if PlayStation and Microsoft do team together, make this unified server where we can play together, and Nintendo doesn't take advantage of this, yes, they're done. They're not done, but seriously, they're severely behind.
They are definitely behind. Hopefully the NX does thrust them forward with this deal, though. That'd be an interesting...
Because, I mean, the rumors and the specs is it's going to be on par with PS4. Exactly. Supposedly, I don't see why it couldn't be on this network. The only reason I can think of is just because PlayStation and Xbox want to kill them off, which they can't, because they need a third, for competition. They need, a third pillar, even though, obviously, they're not competing as well recently anyways, but they just it needs to be there.
It does need to be there. I mean, obviously they're going to keep exclusivity. You know, PlayStation's going to hold on to some of their prized games. Xbox will hold on to theirs. We're not going to see Halo transfer to Sony anytime soon or anything like that.
Yeah, and it's not like Smash is going to be on every console.
Exactly.
There's, of course, still going to be console exclusives, but I think what this is aiming for is more games that are already multi-platform.
Yep.
What's interesting is, what was supposed to be the launch was Fable, and that would have still only been Microsoft though. But nobody saw this coming. I mean, this has been a pipe dream since we were kids. I mean, when we got Borderlands 2 a couple years ago, you had it on your Xbox, and I got it on my computer, and I'm like, this is dumb. We should be able to play. It's the same game, I guess.
Exactly. I mean, Fable, they did have that cross-platform. That was going to be the big one. But because of the shutdown and Microsoft closing Lionhead Studios, which is a very big disappointment in my eyes. I mean, great.
Do you want to talk about that real fast? I mean, might as well touch on it.
Might as well touch on it. I mean, from my understanding, Microsoft didn't really give much warning. They just kind of pulled the plug on it. Lionhead Studios, they did announce that this might be the last one. My hope is maybe something comes back up, nice little tribute somewhere down the road. I doubt it'll happen, but from my understanding, Microsoft did rehire those people, move them to other areas within the company.
Other studios.
So there still is that possibility to get the good old Fable feeling.
Well, I mean, that game was, in development hell.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they've been, taking forever to work on it, and I thought it was because of the multi-platform. I was almost just screw it, if you can just make the game as it is, screw the multi-platform. Yeah. But apparently it worked. So I don't understand almost why they even decided to drop the project. Because, that almost seemed like the reason I thought. Anyways, that was what was holding it back.
The beta was even out.
Yeah.
That's the big thing, was beta was out. People could sign up for it. They could actually get on. But the biggest issue, really, was just that Microsoft lost interest.
So let's bring it back to cross-platform.
Yep.
So it's I don't think we're going to hear any news on that. I know it's supposed to be implemented soon-ish with Microsoft. I'm not sure the exact date. I don't know if they said it or not. But I can almost bet you, E3 is when they're gonna say PlayStation and Xbox are having the contract.
That would be amazing.
Like, that's the time.
You just see both, like, CEOs walk onto the stage at the same time.
And, like, high five, knuckle bust.
Yeah, they just come up, you know, they do a little fist bump as they're walking to, like, the center podium. You see the Nintendo CEO sitting there on the side.
No! Kimishima would not be crying in the corner.
You see his little tears.
No, this is how it's gonna go down. It's just gonna be, Microsoft's gonna be during their press conference, and then Kimishima's gonna come up, Sony's, I don't know his name. Anyways, they all come up, and they all have hand paint of, like, PlayStation Network, Live, and then, like, Nintendo Network, and they're all gonna, like, trifecta punch. Oh, man, that's it. That's how you do it. That's showmanship.
Sure. I think it'd be better if they just came in horseback with flags.
Right.
Just did a circle, and then they just announced NX is really just a joint console.
No! Okay,
Yeah.
So, I definitely see the PlayStation deal, and we are both in agreement. Nintendo needs to be on this.
Nintendo needs to get in on
But
it somehow.
I don't
know how.
I don't. Well, not that mean. I mean, like, well, as I was saying, all three of them are going to announce at E3. I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh no.
I do think the PlayStation announcement is probably going to happen at E3.
It could happen.
Just because, I don't know, Nintendo's just a weird situation right now, specifically to the fact that we don't really know what the NX is. I mean, that would be an amazing way to unveil it too.
For sure.
Because, I mean, yeah, exactly. So, I don't know, like, but they have to, it has to happen. So when do you think they would announce that?
I mean, earliest, absolute earliest would have to be E3 if it were to go down. The thing with Nintendo, though, is, like, a lot of their games are different, I would say, compared to Microsoft and Sony games. I'm sorry. But the thing is, they do have some of those titles that could easily get incorporated very
well, I mean, not the first party
easily.
Stuff, but I mean...
Not the first party stuff, but I mean, look at Bayonetta. We could get that on other consoles.
That was exclusive.
We could get that on other consoles. That'd be awesome.
It only exists because it was a Nintendo exclusive.
We could get that on other consoles.
You have no point. You have no point.
My point is, this is the point I'm making, people.
No, you've never... Go ahead. Humor us.
Humoring. Alright, if they could do Call of Duty on the Wii U...
Well, yeah, well, that's what I meant.
I know. I mean, obviously, what I'm saying is, Nintendo needs to get more of those games, is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, because
They have some games that would work if they weren't exclusive.
Well, no, that's the rumor right now, is NX is going to be focusing a lot more on third-party support. Yeah. There's supposedly there's a huge deal in the works with Square right now with Final Fantasy. Supposedly the remake and then 15 are both going to be like either definitive versions on the NX or it's going to be like released early on there first, or I don't know, it's something weird. I don't know the specific details, but of course it's just a rumor. But supposedly relationships are really strong with that company, so that's already support right there. So there's no way in heck, if they want an NX to be successful, there's no way in heck they're not going to be pushing third-party support. I mean, there's already been talk from people who have dev kits saying how easy it is to work with. So what I'm just saying is, like, when you see those games that says that all the consoles, I'm assuming NX is going to be as well, and then I'm also going to be in the assumption that they'll all be multiplayer as well, like the NFL and all this stuff.
Yeah, no, I could definitely agree with that. The only problem with Nintendo possibly getting in on this deal would have to be with Sony, I would say, just because they are pretty decent competitors. You know, they've had contracts with Capcom.
Yeah.
You know, they've switched back and forth here or there. But the thing is, are they going to play nice with each other? That's the biggest issue, is getting these three companies all to agree on things and play nice. You
know what's even crazy? Like, where the heck are they putting this server? Like, I don't even know. I can't even fathom how this is working. Like, is it going to be, like, one host? Is there going to be one designated network where all three of them link up into? Or is it, like, let's say if I'm hosting the game and I have a PlayStation, would you be on would Xbox, like, stream through your Xbox stream through my PlayStation? Or, like, that's the thing. If it's one server, like, where the heck? Like, who's funding this? Like, I'm assuming they're going to probably fund it together, but...
funding, that's going through Microsoft right now through its other companies.
Well, because right now it's just between...
Exactly. If there were more companies, you know, Sony, Nintendo joining in, I'm sure that they would have to put up some cash too. It's not just gonna be like, hey buddy, well, come over here.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what I'm thinking. Like, because right now the server is only between itself and itself, because it's Windows 10 and Microsoft. So I'm assuming when the inevitable PlayStation deal does happen, I think they're going to like put assets together and build a server together. Exactly. So then technically there's actually 3 servers: a PlayStation server, an Xbox Live server, and then a joint server. And then that's what I'd be under the assumption. But it's like, I don't know, that's still just a lot of power, you know?
There's a lot of power, but you also have to think, you know, Sony's known for its designs, and Microsoft, I mean, you got the cloud.
Yeah,
We got
exactly.
Google Drive. We got, I mean, it's not going to be enough, obviously, but they have enough storage where they could easily make this happen.
Yeah, I think this is like just like been a dream since like ever.
Ever. GameCube days, you know? Before then.
Yeah. Like, for example, what was it? I think it was Metal Arms. My friend had Metal Arms on the PlayStation. I had an Xbox. Granted, I mean, GameCube didn't even have any online capabilities.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wasn't fathoming it then. But I mean, like, it's been such a question for the longest time, and we always thought, oh, it's just brand loyalty. Oh, it's just trying to be competitive. And it's like, welcome to 2016, baby. Oh my gosh, I'm just so jittery from this news.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it really got me excited. I mean, these are two companies where we've had the PlayStation Xbox wars for years, decade maybe, you know? 10 years, yeah, that's a decade.
Sure, why not?
Anyway, the point is, like, it didn't seem like a possibility, and now we have that option. It could very well be implemented, and not only that, but sales would increase dramatically.
Well, the best part is you don't have to, like, literally, you can be brand loyal, and you don't. But the best part about being brand loyal is you don't have to choose what your friends do. Because I remember back a while ago, all my friends I knew all had Xboxes. So I mean, if I got a PlayStation 3 at the time, it'd have been just stupid.
Exactly.
Like it would be stupid to not get an Xbox, even maybe if I didn't want the exclusive, but I would just do it because I want to play with my friends.
Exactly.
Now it lets the consumer have a lot more freedom to choose exclusives, and let's be honest, which console has the best exclusives?
Xbox.
No! Come on, Smash Bros, Mario Kart, frickin' Legend of Zelda. You cannot say that's the best exclusive.
That's true. That's one of the best.
Nintendo has the strongest, I am willing to say, Nintendo has the strongest first-party characters, games. The only problem is they're dying off, obviously. But with this deal, could you imagine, the people who have been holding back from getting Nintendo, because I don't want to buy a console specifically for a Nintendo exclusive game, because that's all I'm going to get from the console.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just the freedom? The freedom! You can play your Zelda, and then you can also play your Call of Duty with your little friends, or, your Madden, or whatever else you play. I mean, I don't care.
Destiny for NX, there you go.
No. No, I mean, that's totally possible, though.
It is possible, though. It really is.
At this point, maybe Destiny 2.
Yeah. Yeah, and Destiny 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm just so excited. So, one last thing I do want to talk about is, it's been a long time since we talked about Microsoft, Nick.
Yep, been a very long time.
You know what's funny is, this is a treat for the people who came to the end of the discussion, actually listen all the way through, but when I started YouTube, before even this channel, Nick and I actually had a channel, and we did this. We talked about Microsoft and Nintendo, and it's like full circle, man. This has been a long time coming.
It has been a long time coming, and let me say, it's greatly improved since then.
Oh my gosh! If you want to look at no recommendation. Don't even subscribe to it or like it. Like we don't. That channel's dead.
No.
But I mean, if you really want to check some of those videos out, I don't know why you would. I believe on this channel, there in some of the playlists, I actually do link to that old channel. It's called J&K Games. It's bad. It's really bad. But I mean, if you...
It's entertaining, but it's bad.
Yeah, so I just thought I'd just say that. So is there anything you want to touch on before we, just wrap it up?
Touch on. Well, as you stated, NX, that does have the capabilities of the PS4, but they've also announced it has the capabilities of Xbox One. With that being said, is there room for improvement for the other two consoles? That is PS4 and Xbox One. Of course, the new servers, that's going to require a lot more
horsepower. Yeah, oh my gosh.
So we're going to probably be expecting to see some sort of Xbox One Elite or something ridiculous,
I'm just hoping, because, they said it was just Rocket League starting. I'm just hoping a lot of games actually incorporate this, because this could come out and... Let's say if Microsoft holds too much of the pot, and Sony and Microsoft or Sony and Sony and Nintendo are both like, no, that's ridiculous. Because let's say they want to chip off X amount of dollars off of every person that goes on. If they do the deal wrong and it just stays with Microsoft forever, this idea may just die away. But if they actually hold hands and be friends for once and do this, yeah, exactly. And then the other thing is actually have games incorporate this, because that's the thing. A lot of the games we were mentioning are third-party games through Activision, and they're not published by the people who are making these servers. So it's let's just hope a lot of games actually incorporate this, and this isn't just gonna be a flunk,
Yeah, exactly. It really does kind of on the developers and the studios that are working on these games, whether they want to incorporate that or not.
I think it would be. I mean, I don't
see why they wouldn't.
Exactly.
I mean, they would amp up sales.
Exactly.
Because think about it. You have exclusives for the PlayStation. You're making this game. You're like, hey, this doesn't have to be an exclusive because now we can sell it on every console and still make a buck, and we're still gonna have that.
And then the people don't worry about which console they get. I mean, yeah, exactly.
I mean, like we said, there's gonna be exclusives, guaranteed.
Because then it also eliminates the factor of people developers worry about releasing consoles that have small install bases.
Exactly.
Because even if it has a small install base, like it won't hold them back from buying it because they can't play with their friends, for example.
Yeah.
So let's say I have an Xbox and an NX, and the developer's like, no, let's not make it for NX. Nobody has an NX, or I guess Wii U in that matter.
Yeah.
So they only make for Xbox, and then it'll go to Xbox. But now they can actually open them up and let them make it for everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, be sure to smack a big thumbs up. If you ever want to find where Nick is, don't worry about it. He's in my closet whenever I need him for a video. So you should subscribe because I do a ton on Nintendo. E3 is gonna be madness. I'm seriously taking the whole week. Go put those Nike and Ikes away. You're not gonna hear. I'm not putting no in the video. All right. And anyways, you're the worst. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you later. See ya. I hate you. You're seriously the worst. You're about to eat some Mike and eggs when I'm trying to freaking end the video.
I'm hungry.
Go ahead, rattle it. Rattle it. Yeah, that's loud as heck. Alright, it's not that loud. Wow, that was so loud.